All right. Good afternoon, traders. Thank you all for joining today's highly anticipated NV Financials Masterclass. We are starting with something truly special and inspiring, an exclusive, eye-opening interview with one of our exceptional students, Ben Parkins. Ben's journey is a testament to the transformative power of dedication, implementation of our strategies, and structured training. Not only has he successfully completed our forex, shares, and commodity trading courses, but he has also achieved remarkable success by clearing both phase 1 and phase 2 of the FTMO challenge, a goal many traders aspire to reach. Today's Ben will share his real world insights and hard earned lessons. I know much, Terry knows much, Marty also knows, offering invaluable guidance on how to move from learning to trading funded account, including, I hope, how to approach the self-assessment practice task while he was learning effectively, the importance of backtesting strategies for consistent success in all the asset classes, forex, shares, and commodities, how he transitioned from demo trading to live funded trading confidently and successfully. This is your chance, our chance, to hear firsthand from someone who has navigated the path you may be on right now. Get ready to be inspired, take notes, ask questions. As we always say, ask questions and do not suffer in silence as we dive into this insightful conversation. I will take the interview for almost 30 to 40 minutes. Without further ado, let's welcome Ben and all of us to this masterclass. And someone wants to join. Hi, good afternoon, Vijayta, and good afternoon, Stephen. So we'll be starting with Ben Parkins and welcome interview and welcoming you all to this session. Ben, please unmute your mic and tell us your response to our little bit of queries we have gathered from all of us.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Right, Andrew, good afternoon. How are you? We're just starting the interview. None of us are late, so don't worry. So we'll be asking the first question to Ben. Ben, tell us about your trading journey related to our 5-phase approach, namely learning through instruction-based discussion, doing the self-assessment practice task, backtesting, demo trading, and finally live trading. Ben, wait for 30 seconds. I will go through the general financial product advice before Ben answers first question.
Yeah, sure.
NV Financials Pty Limited advise all service recipients of the following. This information is only provided on general financial product advice basis. This is only educational in nature. Trading securities, derivatives, CFDs, foreign exchange contracts can be risky and is not suitable for all. No information received from NV Financial shall be considered as a financial trading recommendation. Me and Ben will give you 15 more seconds to go through it and then let us know when you are done. And Ben, if you want, you can share your screen and let me know if you want to.
Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, no worries.
Done.
Done.
Anyone talking? All right. Unless and until you are asking a question or want to talk, please mute your mic so that Ben can answer. Okay, Ben, over to you.
Yeah, good afternoon, everyone. Hope everybody's doing well on this Sunday.
Yeah.
I guess in relation to your first question, Pastor, about the 5-phase approach, to give you some background, I started my trading journey probably about three or so years ago when I first started doing cryptocurrencies, when it was all the fad initially, and learned how to lose money in that phase, but also at the same time found that I actually enjoyed the whole trading process, and that's where I sort of came across Marty in life, who made me aware of MP Financials, and I signed up with MP Financials in May, about a bit over 2.5 years ago, and started the trading process from there, and went through the trader-based discussions, being all the learning modules as part has iterated, the beginners, traders foundation, share trading, commodities, and the forex up to a forex advanced. And yeah, and basically I sort of finished up those trading modules probably about 6 months ago or so. And some of the things I found the most important part in there was, you know, doing the self-assessments, learning all the strategies, doing the back testing, doing the demo trading, and then until once I was confident with the back testing and then going on the forward testing with the demo trading, I found I was getting some results with that, and eventually I think I had to bite the bullet and actually go live with a Propfirm, which I chose FTMO. So I thought there was a time where I thought, well, I was on demo, and I was on demo for probably about 3 or 4 months before I decided to go live. And there is a point where I think that you just have to bite the bullet and go for the live trading with the prop account, because I could see myself almost getting stuck in demo mode. So when I sort of realized that, and I was still getting good results, I thought, well, now's the time. And I moved forward into the prop trading firm, and FTMO is the one that I chose. So yeah, I think that 5-phase approach is extremely important. We all need to learn the strategies, learn the basics, learn the advanced stuff, and then do the self-assessments, do the practice tasks. As tedious as they may seem, the practice tasks are, for me, extremely vital. It definitely learned to train my eyes, as Partha would say. It makes things a lot more second nature. The more practice you do, the more second nature things become, and the easier it becomes going forward. And then, yeah, going to the back testing, getting the results within the back testing, getting confidence within that, and then the demo trading, and once again following into live trading. So that pretty much sums up my 5-phase approach as I went through when I first started with MP Financials.
Thank you very much, Ben. As Ben said, Ben was stressing the importance of practice tasks. He did so much. Actually, Ben, I'll ask all the questions, but just after this, I would say Ben has taken whatever it takes to be a trader. What it takes to be a trader, whatever it takes to be a trader, he has done everything. And we have been doing this for last 16 years, and personally we are so impressed by Ben's all of you, many of you have done good jobs, like Viet has done good job, Marty has done good job, Andrew Stapleton has done good job, Virija has done, many of you, Vijayta has done good, many Tyron has done fantastic job. But we were so impressed by Ben's practice tasks that we have incorporated in this, just to show you one of the modules and one of the units. This is having 83 pages, as you can see, but all the last I think 20 odd pages are being contributed by Ben. So I'll just show you all these ones. Let me make it a little bit bigger. All these examples are being done by Ben. The hidden divergence, the slingshot, the class A, B, C divergences, and he took so much of pain to do all these things. And I personally, when I was the instructor to Ben, was so impressed. I took his permission to put all this work or practice task he did, and now he's implementing to pass the he has already passed phase 1 and phase 2. Now he will be trading live on company's funded account, and this is just a glimpse of what he has done, maybe 1% of what he has done. So if you can see what 1% can be, you can see what the other 99% Ben has done it. All right, Ben, next question to you. How did you prepare technically for the audition or the challenge?
Well, for me, it was first choosing the right prop firm for me. I mean, I had to make sure I had a decent strategy, something that worked for me, something that I was confident moving forward with, and then after that, it's a matter of choosing the right prop firm. So I did a lot of investigation into the prop firms, I think reputation of a prop firm is very important, because there's a lot I found that are out there that can rise and fall very quickly and probably take your funds with them. So finding one that's reputable is important. I think it's very important that you actually also understand the rules of each prop firm, to make sure that it's clear and transparent what you need to do to succeed in the challenges. Also, with the technical side as well, it's also a matter of having something to adapt to my lifestyle. So as a technical trader, I need to make sure that my strategies and sort of thing need to actually fit into my lifestyle. Being a full-time worker, working 4 days a week in the mining sector, 12-hour days doesn't really allow me to do day trading or 4-hour strategies or anything like that. I was pretty much stuck on day strategies and 12-hour strategies to sort of make it work. So technically, I had to make sure that I had to have the right strategies to actually execute the trades in real time. The other technical things I do is, because of those restrictions of my lifestyle, look, I have on a mine site in the middle of nowhere. There's very little internet connection out there, and when you do get it, the bandwidth is very small, so the information you can get is very limited. So I had to find a way, and through Parther's help, I had to find a way through the strategies of how to access the or use the strategies within those time frames. So I can look at it before 5:30 in the morning, and I can look at it after 5:30 in the afternoon. So we found a way to set up my charts in order to get the information I need on the charts in real time, so I can do the analysis when I get back to my mining camp of an evening and be able to work around those restricted internet connections. So the other thing I had to also work out is what instruments I want to trade, be confident with the instruments that I know I want to trade. And also the ones that I can access at the times when I'm able to get on the computer. When you get into a prop firm, unlike Pro Real Time, when you're looking at all sessions, you can see with share trading, with not so much forex, but more so with share trading, you can access the pricing on IG markets at any time. But once I went with the prop trading firm, I realized that you couldn't access or put trades on in the times. So the New York session is the New York shares are only open during a New York session. You cannot put trades on outside of those times. So that's where I had to sort of work out what instruments are going to be available to trade and put those trades on in the times when I'm actually available. So I found that to be very important technically to know which ones work for me and which ones I can access at the time. And the other side of the technical side is also understanding the platform that you're going to use and understanding the pricing between the brokers. So a lot of my analysis is actually done on IG Markets Pro Real Time. But when you go to the brokerage on FTMO, sometimes the pricing doesn't align with what you find on IG Markets. So you have to find the ones where you do your technical analysis is the same pricing and the same structure as what you will have on your trading platform. So FTMO, I use MT4, but their pricing is very different on things like let me think, I got rid of a couple. Natural gas is a little bit different. Some of the commodities I found to be very, very different. So ones that I loved to trade in demo and in back testing, I could not trade while using FTMO. So very important you know how to understand the platforms that you're using. If you're using MT4, don't go with a prop trading firm that uses C-Trade or a Ninja Trader unless you truly understand the platforms. Know your position sizing as well. and how you're going to manage your position sizing within that platform. And yeah, that's pretty much how I prepare technically for the audition and the challenge. Understand the platform you're using, understand the broker you're using, and make sure it all fits into your lifestyle and you can access, execute your trades when and where you need it.
Thank you very much. A wonderful response to that technical aspect of preparation. As Ben was talking, every bit of it is correct. When we used to provide the prop trading from $25,000 to $1.925 million from 2019 to 2024 as a company, we were using an Australian broker. So our preferred broker, as you know, is probably Go Markets in Australia. But we are, for that audition, we are using another broker. So as Ben pointed out, it is so different from the perspective of prices, from the perspective they work, are very, very, very different. Now we are showing this as out of stock because of some regulatory changes in Australia. We are being governed by ASIC. So, and in Australia, no one can provide prop trading firm for the time being. And we did for 5 years. And when time comes again, we'll provide it. You don't have to go to FTMO, but for the time being, FTMO is a good choice. And although in your own money, in your live trading money, you can use our preferred Go Markets as they are one of the oldest and trusted. We are one of the oldest and trusted. So that's fantastic from Ben's perspective on the preparation of the technicality. Now the next question to Ben: how did you prepare mentally? You talked about technically. Now coming to the mentality, because we are very big on psychology. For the audition or the challenge, did you get help from our renowned trader psychologist, Kerry Brown, along the way?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm very lucky to have Kerry as my partner, and yeah, her help was invaluable at the end of the day. She's helped me through the whole process, and yeah, it may not be directly, it may be subliminally sometimes and directly, but Kerry keeps me grounded when I need to be grounded. Such as if you have a really good winning trade, you need to take stock of what you've got and don't let it run away with you. Don't get overconfident. Keep to what you need to do. Keep to your strategies. She helped me with analyzing my problems holistically, being whether it be technical difficulties or problems that are going on within my life itself. You know, whether it be a work issue or whatever. One does affect the other, and I've definitely found that if you don't have, if you're not happy with your life in the right place, then your technical side's not really going to come and shine through. So your head has to be in the right space, and she definitely helps me sort of compartmentalize the issue, so I know how to deal with it better and be able to move forward with the trading. Understanding the body and mind relationship. So it is what you do to your body can affect your mind, and understanding that whole process also help with the trading, because you can't have a really bad lifestyle, eating terrible food, drinking lots of alcohol, taking drugs, whatever the case may be. If you're not treating your body well, your mind's not going to be working at its best. So understanding that relationship has definitely helped. Terry would let me know when I need to take a break and walk away. Sometimes if it's getting a bit much and your mind can't handle it, you just got to know when to walk away. As much as you want to succeed, sometimes you just need to walk away. And she made it quite evident to me at those times that maybe I need to do that. Also, not comparing myself to others, which is quite easy to do. Whether you scan through YouTube or social media or even through conversation, it's very easy to hear success stories, but nobody ever advertises the downtimes. So it's important not to, Kerry iterated, it's important not to compare yourself to others, and just stay true to yourself and walk your own path. And probably one of the most important ones was to celebrate your wins, but to also celebrate your losses. And I know that sounds weird to celebrate your losses, but failure is our greatest teacher. And if you can celebrate your losses, you can accept your losses, because we're all going to have them in trading. But it's what we learn from that experience of a loss that is important. If one takes a loss too personal, it can affect your trading going forward. But if you can take a perspective of a loss in trading as a learning experience and a growth experience, and it can only make you better, the losses don't become you, overcome you. And it's a lot easier to move forward and keep your head in the right zone. And other aspects for prepare mentally was affirmation from others, thinking that I'm ready to go forward with the prop trading challenge. Kerry was one of those people. Partha and Marty also those people that were honest enough to let me know that I was ready to go forward in the process. And probably the most important one is having a belief that you can do it. If you don't believe you can do it, you're probably not going to do it. But you need to believe in yourself that you can do it, and trust your strategies. Trust what you've done. If you've been a success through the first 4 phases of the process, you'll probably be a success going forward. But you have to have that belief. If you don't have the belief, you'll manifest that you won't be successful. So yeah, stay positive and have the belief that you can do it. I think that's very important.
Fantastic, brilliant. The response I'm getting more and more excited, and you are doing it so good, Ben. All right, so you talked about technicality, preparation technically, and you have talked about Kelly's contribution. She is brilliant, not because she is not because of she is with us, but she is really brilliant in all aspects. She herself was a trader in one of the prestigious bank, and now she has become a brain scientist and whatnot. She has, and we call her a specialist in psychology and every front. And trading psychology, as we probably know, Munehisa Homa, who is the father of candlestick, wrote in his book in 1755, 300 years back, that the trader's psychological aspect play a very important role in trading. And if you ask anyone at NP Financials, what is the definition of price, we would generally say price is a plot of human emotion of greed and fear, and which has not been changed for the last 20,000 years, because our limbic brain has not changed much. So our greed and fear will stay the same. And Kerry is so good in pointing out all of these to us. Thank you, Kerry. You are remarkable. All right, next question to Ben. How do you think that NP Financials as a trader training institute prepared or shaped or helped you for the FTMO challenge?
It's the whole learning process, all the instruction-based discussions, the strategies. One of the most important ones, I think, is Beginners and Traders Foundation. I think are the most important ones in there, most of all. The support given through the whole process was invaluable from Partha, Marty, and the support crew. The helping me find strategies to suit my lifestyle. I remember I was having issues trying to work with day strategies and 12-hour strategies and limited access to internet. And Partha, you helped me out with trying to find ways to set up my charts and work the strategies in order to suit into my restricted lifestyle in order to trade. The risk management, following the Discord, looking at the Discord all the time, seeing what trades you're putting on in the client area, I think is very important, and understanding the reasons why you put them in the client area. Once you gain that understanding, it definitely helps you going forward. The videos as well. The videos you'll find on YouTube, you'll also find on the website. The videos are invaluable. I've watched them over and over and over again of past masterclasses. I would advise anybody and everybody to do that. There's a lot of videos there, but they will help you absolutely. Honesty from Partha and Marty as well was extremely important to me. If you sometimes you told me things that I didn't want to hear, but you told me things that I needed to hear. And that honesty was definitely something that helped me go forward. If I wasn't ready to move forward, you told me so. If I was wrong about something, you told me so. That honesty definitely made it very black and white for me in a way to move forward. And the little pearls of wisdom offered, particularly from you, Partha: never go long at resistance, never short at support. An eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. So revenge trading, after that saying, is just don't revenge trade, because it's just not going to work. And most of all, it's very easy to get caught in a bias if you're watching social media or if you're watching the news of which way things are going to go. Everybody might say gold's going long, gold's going through the roof. But when you look at the charts, a saying that Partha used is, the only truth I know is what I see. And examining the charts for what it is and not having a bias in it, I think this has helped me a lot with my trading. And that's true. The only truth you know is what you see, and what you see on the charts is the truth, regardless of what the news and everything else is going on around you. So yeah, that's a lot of the things that have helped me with MP Financial. It's just helpful the whole long way, the whole way through. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Ben. Thanks for your kind words. Really. The next question would be, out of handful of trading strategies and techniques you received from NV Financials, which one you use the most, if any? For example, our ABO, ABI, ASO, ASI, it can break one, cannot break two, rule of four, crack and snap back. I know you have talked about eye for an eye, and never sell at support and never buy at resistance, etc., to pass the phase 1 and phase 2 of the challenges along with our strategies.
I can't say there's a handful of them. I can say there's just so many of them. Horizontal support and resistance, Fibonacci, trend lines, EMAs. EMAs are something I use quite heavily with Priceline. Order angle separation between your EMAs, using them as support and resistance themselves. Divergence, particularly with the divergence indicator that you have, absolutely love it. Divergence is one of my favorite things, and divergence on Bollinger Bands. I also, even though I haven't taken Marty's course on Elliott Wave, I'm always, from what I've learned in the master classes of Marty, I'm always looking at some sort of Elliott Wave analysis. It might not be perfect, but I do take note of it. Candlestick structures and patterns is something I use very heavily. Head and shoulders, double bottoms, double tops, engulfing candles, morning stars, evening stars, inverted hammers. I find them very, very important. Pivot points let you know whether it's overextended. EMAs, whether it be like a 50 EMA that's starting at a pivot point at the start of the month. Very, very good rules to go by. I do look at turning points, not intensively, but I do take note of them. Break one, not break two, and rule of four. More so break one, not break two, I follow, and rule of four I take notice of. Big bar strategy, which I've seen a lot in the videos as well, is something I very much take notice of, particularly resistance at a 50% of a big bar. And volume, I'm a big fan of volume, but I'm still learning volume. The all buyers out, all sellers out, buyers in, sellers in. Always take notice of that. I think that's a very, very good one. Whole numbers, gaps, and the fundamentals as well, whether it be looking at Discord and looking at Marty's fundamentals. Forex Factory, I look at every single week as part of my analysis for the week ahead, knowing what news is coming up. And I also use the site Matap for correlations between Forex instruments to make sure that I'm not taking two bets that are exactly the same for the correlations. And probably the biggest one is confluence and context. So I use all those different types of strategies, but make sure I use them in context of where they are. And I won't take a trade unless I have 3 to 5 of those in context at the same point. So if I've got a Fibonacci, a trend line, a whole number, a support and resistance, all at the same spot, very, very good chance that it's going to go in the direction I want to go. So I think confluence and context is the most important thing to encompass all those strategies.
Thank you so very much. Really appreciate that. Was fantastic answer, especially the people who are starting and not yet there. And it's so important, the alignment, what Ben said, we always say, be in sync with yourself, your mind, body, heart, soul, and spirit, and be in sync with the market. So if you are in sync with the market, with whatever way, as Ben said, three of his own ways, which are taught in our Trader Foundation course. And it was so wonderful to hear him out on this question. Next one would be, which asset class, for example, forex, shares, or commodities, give you maximum returns? Why and how?
Through my demo trading and back testing, I found commodities and shares to be my most profitable, and forex wasn't far behind. Through my prop trading, I sort of had to drop the shares off. The shares that we generally trade in the course, I can only trade them between 11:30 at night and 6 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sleeping then. So I pretty much don't do the share trading, unfortunately, anymore, because FTMO doesn't give me that flexibility. Commodities, I will trade some commodities, being soybeans and sugar, and I don't trade oil so much. Gold, I definitely am a very, very big fan of gold, and they're probably the main ones that I concentrate on. And forex, I just trade the forex instruments predominantly at the moment, because they're open all the time. The market's open all the time, so I can execute trades at any time of the day. And yeah, that's where I find most of my gains, and crypto as well. Actually, Bitcoin's been a very, very good one, a very kind one to my portfolio. So yeah, they're the ones I'm basically looking at.
Fantastic. That is brilliant, especially when you talked about cryptos. Yeah, very good. Yeah, Bitcoin has done a lot of good to us. Okay, next one. What are your advice to aspiring traders who are ongoing trader training from us or anyone?
Screen time. Lots and lots of screen time. Do your homework. As tedious as it may be, doing 8 assets and doing all the practice tasks, it seems like a lot, and it seems very repetitive, but it does a lot to put it into your subconscious, so it makes it easier going forward. You tend not to have to look at things when so intensively. It becomes second nature once you put the practice in. And practice. I can't iterate that enough. Screen time, do your homework, and practice. Ask questions, as Parth said previously. Don't suffer in silence. Ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask any question, even if you think it's stupid. Just ask. Remember Beginners and Traders Foundation. It will help your strategies. Strategies are great on their own, but when you add Traders Foundation into it, it will level you up a lot more. I did a learning cheat sheet, so I found that to help a lot. So all the learnings from the trader space discussions, I basically made a cheat sheet, a book of all the rules and everything, so I can actually review them without having a computer in front of me. I'd write them all down and just keep them in my head, and so I don't forget those things like Traders Foundation, which is very easy to forget once you start going through the strategies. So it's yeah, a cheat sheet is good. Watch the videos over and over again as I've iterated. I think the videos are fantastic if you do have time, and if you're playing in the background, just listening, you can learn a lot. Keep practicing and realize it won't happen overnight. Give yourself the time, and it's an apprenticeship at the end of the day. It's like an apprenticeship. It's going to take you a while it's probably going to take a while to get there, but give yourself the patience and the time, and eventually you'll get there.
Fantastic, brilliant, well said, Ben. As we always say, Ben also said that practice, we stress on practice, we stress on doing the self-assessment task, because of only one thing: the more you see, the more you train your eyes. I don't understand anything ABCD of Picasso's painting. So it's not Picasso's fault. It's my fault. Probably I have not trained myself to understand what Picasso is trying to demonstrate through his paintings. That is my fault. If someone asks Picasso or anyone that I don't understand your painting, then probably someone asks us, I don't understand your strategy, then probably the next question to him would be, do you understand Mandarin? If you don't understand Mandarin, his question or her question would be no. So if you don't understand Mandarin, what do? You start learning Mandarin. So trading is no different. Trading is a language. Each bar tells us a story. Each bar, whether it is a 1 minute bar or a daily bar or a 2-day bar or a candlestick, tells us a story. But the only problem in trading is the bar or the candlestick cannot speak. We need to speak to them and get the response from them. So we need to speak on behalf of the market as well as on us. Each bar tells us a story, and we need to listen to that story and act on it. That was fantastic. That was brilliant. Excellent. Fantastic. And yeah, so next question, you have talked about training. Now your next question, related question be, what will be your advice to aspiring traders who are planning to do or doing any trading audition or challenge, or any many way it is known as nowadays? Please.
Number one, I think, is ensure you have working strategy or strategies. Make sure it's been working in demo. Make sure it's been working in backtesting. Don't go forward unless you know you've been profitable in the past. Make sure they can fit into your lifestyle. The strategies that you pick and choose, and the brokers that you choose, the open and close times of those instruments that you want to trade, make sure they fit into your lifestyle. Investigate the prop firms. Make sure that there's confluence between, as I said before, that the pricing between your analysis on pro real time is the same as what it is on the FTMO brokerage or whatever prop firm you choose to go through. Make sure that the prop firm, you know their rules, you check their reputations, and you know the platforms that you can actually execute, that they use, that you can use as well. And when you first start your first trades, if you do enter with a prop firm, start with a small trade size on your first couple of trades to make sure that you understand your lot sizes, your spreads, the way that brokerage works. There can be a difference between the brokerages and what their lot sizes are. So when it comes to, if you're doing forex or each instrument or each asset class, should I say, just do a small trade on each one first to make sure that you got your sizing right, because I did get caught out on that, and I put a way too big a position in because the sizing I was used to was not exactly the sizing as what it was on the brokerage. So just check that before you go forward. Do a small trade first, make sure it's doing what you want to do, and then go to your normal strategy after that.
Brilliant, very well said. And related to what Ben said, we had a slide. We have many slides, so this is one of them in front of you. This position size itself is such a funny word. Funny, yeah, because position size is also known as lot size. Lot size is also known as amount. Amount is also known as size. Size is also known as quantity. Quantity is also known as volume. Oh my goodness, so many names for a single particular thing called trade sizing, which is very important, extremely important. Trade sizing is so important. And if the trade size itself, the word can be framed by all the brokers in their own way. Think of other terms, think of the data they are getting from their providers, think of the way they are presenting the none of them is wrong. We cannot fight any one of them, because they will say, no, you have signed this understanding or the agreement, whatever it is, whatever we are getting the data, we are showing that is not broker's fault. I'll not blame anyone, but understanding each one of them, understanding the decimal point, understanding the peak cost, it is only on the first module and first unit of our trader foundation. So I'm just showing you the initial thing which Ben again and again is stressing. That is so important. Thank you so very much, Ben. And the last two questions should be the last but one would be the probably, of course, you all will be getting chance to ask questions. The next question to Ben, and the next question to Ben would be, what were your major challenges in trading, and how did you work to reduce or overcome those?
Probably the biggest challenge I had to start with was finding style that suits me and suits my lifestyle. There's so much information that you absorb through the lessons through MP Financials, but I've found that you need to absorb the ones that resonate with you and find your style that suits you. The strategies are fantastic and they work fantastic, but if it doesn't suit you, it might not be an advantage to you moving forward. So take what you need and move forward with it, and make sure that it does fit into your lifestyle at the end of the day. Another one was trading the FTMO instruments. As I said, I did put a trade on Meta one day through FTMO and thought it was all good, and then there was news that came out, an earnings report that came out, and it gapped down the next day on me and went straight past my stop loss, and I was in an immediate 2% loss. So make sure you check your instruments, that you can trade them as you need them in real time. Check your lot sizing. I've done a lot of mistakes, quite a few mistakes with my lot sizing, hence why I use an EA position sizing tool on MT4 with FTMO. That's saved me. And when you put the trade on, check it and then check it again before you actually press the execute button to make sure you got it right, because there can only be one number between closing your account and having a profit. So know what your risk management is, know what your tolerable risk is, what are you willing to risk in, and what are you going to be happy with losing. If you're not happy with what you may lose, then you should put the trade on. At the end of the day, losses can eat you up, but if you manage your risk, and I think risk management is probably number one up there with psychology, and then manage your risk, and it makes it a lot easier to make profits. It's not about making profits, it's about minimizing losses for me, and it's taken me a while to work that out, but I'm making small losses and I'm cutting my losses quicker. I think that's the biggest thing. Don't hang on to your losses hoping that they're going to turn. If it goes against your plan, set a line in the sand and say, if at this point the trade's turning against me and I see A, B, and C situations, I'm out, and just do it. Don't sit there and hope that it's actually going to turn on you. Stay disciplined, have a routine. I do a Sunday analysis and analyze everything on the Sunday for a week going ahead, and then manage my trades throughout the week from there. So stay disciplined, and yeah, just don't ignore the markets. You need to be on top of it. Keep in touch with the psychology. Be honest with yourself. Ask for help when you need it, and know when to walk away. There was a time when the trading just wasn't resonating with me, and I just decided to walk away for 2 to 3 weeks. And when I came back, I was a far better trader for it. So sometimes you just got to walk away. Also, learn how to let a trade run. Don't look at your profit and loss. It's so easy to look at when your trades are in a profit and you think, oh, wow, I'm 1 to 1 or I'm 2 to 1. I'll just take that money because it looks like a lot of money. Look at the technicals before you look at the actual figures. Okay, so just because you're making money, learn to let your winners run, or take small profits along the way. Adjust your stop losses to suit. And then there's FOMO and FUD. Don't get caught up in FOMO. There's always another trade. If a trade's run away on you, just let it go. There's always another trade. Don't get caught up in the FUD. Simplify your strategy. As I said, too much information can be crippling. Paralysis analysis, as they call it. Simplify your strategy so it's manageable for you, and accept your losses. Don't let them define you as a person. Losses will happen. Learn from them, and some losses are still good trades at the end of the day. So just learn from that. Yeah.
Fantastic, brilliant, very well said, Ben. As we always say, that trading is all about waiting. You have to wait 80% of the time, and trade 20% of the time to get 80% results. And also we say trading is all about less is more in trading, and more is less in trading. Less is more in trading means what? The less you trade, the more you make. It was so fantastic. Ben has said the same thing again and again. All right, the last question from my side. Tell us, Ben, what it takes to become a successful trader.
I'll let you know when I get there, Arthur. I've only just accepted that I won the challenge, but yeah, but hopefully this just will continue going forward. But I would say, learn what resonates. Take with what resonates with you. Take what works for you, and give yourself the time to find your own personal style. Be realistic of your time frame. Yeah, as I said, it's an apprenticeship. Just give yourself the time to learn it. It's not going to. I hear a lot of traders say it's 2-3 year mark before you actually start to get a beat on things. So give yourself the time. Stay disciplined. Stay in touch with yourself and the psychology. You can never underestimate your psychology. And make sure you're honest with yourself. Practice and analyze your trades. Never stop practicing just because you've got a strategy. Markets do change. Make sure that your strategy is still working for the market that you're in. Be robotic as much as possible. Markets don't have feelings, so try and be as robotic as possible within your strategies. Over time, potentially you may have an intuition or a gut feelings from your experience that will help you guide through the journey. But if you have a working strategy, just be robotic and go for it. Accept your losses and don't let them define you, as I've said before. And I think the most important thing is enjoy the journey. If you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? So just enjoy the journey. It's make it as fun as possible.
That was fantastic. The first part, as Ben said, is resonance what we said, that be ruthless with the market, because market is ruthless with us. So when time comes, you need to close the trade. If you are winning 84 months, not weeks, not days, 84 months out of 96 months, you are doing good. And as Ben said, it is a journey. It takes years to understand. And we have been in this business, or as we say, it's a game or a business, and we love it. We are passionate about it. It takes time. It absolutely takes time. And people come to us saying that, oh, when can I replace the consultancy fee? Supposing I'm paying you X amount of money, when can I get it back? I said, maybe never. Because like any other business, trading is a very, very tough one. Trading is the toughest business one can have, because we are doing the business with ourselves, and no one, no boss, no subordinate. So be ruthless. Cut your losses, as Ben said. It is so good advices. It is a gem of an advices which Ben gave, and I had only those questions to ask Ben. And thank you so very much, Ben. Really appreciate your response and time. And brilliant job done, Ben. And now I'm opening the questions and answer session to the house. So if anyone can ask questions to Ben. So please ask questions and do not take much time. After this, we'll be discussing our normal way of doing the class. We'll be going through the asset classes, forex, shares, commodities, cryptocurrencies, all those things. And then Marty will take us through. So now to all of you to ask questions to Ben, please. Please unmute and ask.
Hi, Ben. Danuka here.
Hey, man.
Yes, sorry, I'm in a noisy place, so I'll quickly ask. Congratulations on your journey.
Thank you.
I was told that you're one of best trading negative EST in share trading. So if you can explain a little bit about how you trade there, that will be great, mate.
Yeah, I actually don't trade anymore because I found that to be extremely, reasonably effective in share trading. So I noticed when and it has to be done in context and within confluence with other areas. So, but when the ESD went into the negative and it was sort of sitting at a support or resistance, or you had other confluence factors there, whether it be whole numbers, Fibonacci, whatever. It was a reasonable indicator for a reversal. And if you had that with divergence at the same time, I found that to be quite an effective little strategy, another string to the bow, basically, to add to the confluence of why you should take the trade.
Yeah, ESD is one of them.
Awesome, thanks, Ben.
Minus 5.6, Ben's favorite once upon a time. Okay, okay. Next question to Ben.
Yeah, Ben. How you
Hey, Marty.
doing?
Yeah, good, Marty. How are you?
Good. Congratulations again.
Thank you, mate.
My question is, would you find the mental aspect, so being in the right frame of mind to trade, just as important or more important than the technical side of trading?
I actually think it's more important. I would put psychology as probably number one, and then risk management as number two, and then your actual strategy and technicals is number three. I think if you're not in the right mindset to trade and have clarity of mind, you're probably not going to get a good result. I think everybody knows when they're in the zone, when they're doing something that and you're getting caught in the zone, you don't have to think a great deal. You just do. And if you've got your mind clouded by too many things or external factors that may be happening in your life, wife, kids, husband, job, whatever, if that's clouding your mind, then you're not going to have a clear aspect of what you're looking at when you do your technical analysis. So yeah, I would say psychology is probably the most important. In a bad frame of mind, don't trade when you're hungover. I learnt that one as well too, by the way. So yeah, definitely got to have a good frame of mind, Marty.
Very well said.
Thanks,
Ben is repeating. Thank you, Marty, for asking. Brilliant question. And you can ask many questions also. And as I was saying, what Ben is saying in 2025, the king of the father of Japanese candlestick, Munehisa Homa, wrote in his book in Market Psychology, the psychological aspect of the market is critical to trading success, and that the trader's emotion have a significant influence on prices. So yeah, psychology is extremely important. Next question to Ben, please. Go ask questions, please, mate. Vijayta is asking a question. She cannot talk because of the microphone. She's asking, congratulations and well done, Ben. Thanks so much for sharing your journey. A question: which currency pair you find out well for you?
I actually found your Vegeta's favorite, or Garija's favorite, the yen, worked very well for me. Also, Bitcoin worked very well for me. I had quite a good position on Bitcoin from $60,000, and I sort of rode that one all the way up to about $98,000 before I pulled out and took profits along the way. And I found the euro pairs went fairly well for me. Euro CAD, Euro AUD. They would be my predominant good ones. I'm just looking at my statistics now that actually reflect that. But yeah, my biggest winners were Bitcoin, dollar yen, and Euro AUD, Euro CAD, and I did fairly well on gold as well.
That was fantastic, brilliant, excellent, fantastic. All right, next question to Ben. Good afternoon, Daddy. You're a little bit late. We are talking to Ben anyway. So please ask questions to Ben. Any questions? This is your chance, because we will be starting our own discussion of the market in 2 minutes time. So I'll be taking maybe half an hour, and then Marty will be taking half an hour. Ben was kind enough to talk to us with his experience of clearing the phase 1 and phase 2 of the prop trading firm. Those of you who are thinking of the question, let me clarify the phase 1 and phase 2 of the prop trading. What is prop trading? First of all, what is prop trading? Prop trading is a approach which has been popular from 2019 when we started. So in earlier days, in 2010, when we used to do trading, starting trading 2010, so almost 15 years, So if anyone, I am, for example, me, if I want to trade $100,000, I need to place that $100,000 in one of the margin providers, like the Go Markets or the Commonwealth Bank of Australia, although they don't have any CFD trading, normal share trading. Anyway, so if anyone wants to trade $100,000 or $1 million, he needs to put $1 million. But thanks to the prop trading, which we started along with other companies in 2019 and lead up to 2024. And what is it? For example, if you want to be $1 million trader, you have to only pay a fractions of 1%, less than 1% of it, and that too is a one-time fee, one-time audition fee. We call it audition. Many people call it challenge. Audition fee, one-time audition fee, and you need to pass, with 10%. With profit target would be 10%, but the challenge would be maybe a drawdown 10% or 5%. What is the amount you had, Ben, nowadays?
Maximum daily drawdown was 5%. Maximum overall drawdown was 10%.
Yeah. So you have, thank you, Ben. You have to make 10%, but you can't lose more than 10%. That is the challenge, as simple as that. There are some other rules, but this is the main challenge. The maximum drawdown is 10%, and maximum daily drawdown is 5%, and the winning percentage is 10%. Now, those of you who are thinking of what the hell is drawdown is nothing but supposing you start with $100,000. And then $100,000, and then you go up to $110,000. So then your drawdown will be calculated based on drawdown in plain and simple term is the maximum loss a prop trading firm will allow. So drawdown will be calculated from the 110,000, 10% of it, 10% of it. So around 11,000. You cannot lose more than 11,000 of that. Yeah, so that is a prop trading firm. Now what it is doing, and there are plenty of them, but as Ben said, please research, please do the research, please read the reviews, please read the reviews in Google, Trustpilot, YouTube. Please do the reviews of the prop trading firm. We always said never ever give a penny to anyone whom you don't know, who is not a regulated company. Of course, for prop trading, regulation is not required, but for training, definitely regulation is required. But please research on the prop trading firm. So these are the things which you need to do. And any other? Okay, some questions got from Jack. Jack Robinson is asking, "Hi Ben, how did you manage to comply with all the tight FTMO drawdowns, and did you do practice challenges?" This is such an appropriate question. Drawdown, you're talking about drawdown, and here comes a question from Jack to Ben.
Hey Jack, I didn't do any practice challenges. I thought my demo trading was enough for me to go forward. I did demo trading for a good 4 months, at least 4 months before I sort of went forward on that. And to comply with the tight FTMO drawdowns, I didn't risk anything more than I was willing to lose, and I didn't risk enough to put my drawdowns at risk. So I generally don't take a second trade until I'm starting to run in profit, sort of thing. So and I don't take too many trades that if the market does turn against me on all those trades, that I'm not going to be hitting the drawdown at all. So maximum amount I would take position size would be 1% on my trades, but particularly on my second challenge, I'm cutting my losses a lot quicker. And even though I might have a 1% position, most of my when I do cut my loss, I only go to about a 0.5% loss. So but yeah, I let the good ones run, and once I get to 1-to-1, I generally move my stop loss and then protect my position, and then wait for it to go into further profit. If it starts turning against me, then it's a free trade from there on in. So that's my risk tolerance and how I keep it manageable for my psychology at the end of the day.
That was fantastic question from Jack and a brilliant answer from Ben. It is so important. Ben has told everything, but our 2 cents at NP Financials would be, if you have a target of 10%, break it down to maybe monthly or maybe daily. So we say never ever take a trade more than 0.3%, not even 0.5 or 1%, 0.3%. Or if you are to look this one in a different angle, so try to make net 0.3% a day. That means it would be 20 days multiplied. So in a month, roughly 22 days or 20 days. So 20 multiplied by 0.3, that would be 6.6% in a month. If you don't want to take 0.3, take 0.15. Make sure that you are winning at an average. Don't stress every day. Make sure that you are winning 0.15% in a day. That means 0.15 multiplied by 5, 0.75% in a week. If you are doing so, it will take only 4 months to achieve 10%. People get afraid that 10% is so much, too much. Don't do that. So think of this way. As 0.3% or 0.15%, so that you can pass the audition easily in two months or 4 months. Thank you for that. And in the meantime, Marty has asked, and Jack Robinson says, thanks, Ben, for that. Congratulations on your success. Marty has asked, hi, Ben, one more question. Do you have any tips to stay grounded after a huge win or a run of losses?
Sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes if I have a huge win or I start getting a big head about it, I'll actually go back through my ledger and look at my losses. So that's one way of getting it grounded. But probably the most important thing for me, regardless whether it be a win or a loss, if I follow the process I'm happy with, the strategy and the process, and I do what is right, if it's a win or the outcome is probably more so irrelevant to me. It's probably more so the process that's important to me. I'm probably harder on myself if I don't follow my own process that has worked for me. If I go against that, FOMO, revenge trade, something like that, have a little gut feeling or whatever and think, I'll just go this trade because I think it's going to turn, rather than having good technical analysis behind it, they're the ones I'll beat myself up about, and rightly so. And so I don't know if that helps answer the question for you, Marty, but that's what's important to me, I guess, and how I do it.
Brilliant answer and wonderful question, Marty. So yeah, it is extremely important to be aware of the drawdowns, and if the drawdown is allowed is 10% nowadays. Previously it was 5%. The maximum drawdown is 10%. Then make sure that at an aggregate level, when you are doing an aggregation of 10 trades or 20 trades, for example, you lost 1%, you lost 0.9%, or something like that. Make sure that the other percentages, other trades have actually not covered those losses, and you are never ever going to lose more than 1%, maybe 1.5% in a day, although they allow 5%, and maybe 2% from the portfolio side of it. Okay, Lisha asked a question. Hi, Ben, can you elaborate a bit more about how you cut losses early when you already have a stop loss set? How do you know whether you are not exiting too early?
Through my back testing, I'm a very big fan of trend lines. They work very well for me, but I'm also using the rules, break one cannot break two, but I'm also just starting to get a feel for the market, because of the amount of screen time and everything I've had. And I've actually been off work for the last 4 weeks. I've spent a lot of time looking at charts, 5-minute charts, and just understanding how candlesticks form and understanding the psychology of the market. So when I see candlesticks forming, and that's where candlestick patterns or candlestick structures, whether they be inverted hammers and on a long position, coming up to a support or resistance, that's areas where I'm on watch, and I'll actually use trend lines to dictate whether, if I get a break of a trend line or a big bar below the 50% level of big bar, yeah, a very good resistance level, then I will lift my stop losses up to protect my position. And if I get out too early, I'll get out too early, but I'm happy to get out with a win. At the end of the day, you don't go broke taking profits. So I would rather take the small win and then look for another entry later on. But if it doesn't break that trend line, it'll keep on running. So yeah, risk management is probably more important than where the profit taking is for me at the end of the day.
Brilliant question, wonderful answer. Thank you, Ben. As it is a common saying in trading, a kid with a ruler can make million. A kid with a ruler can make million, and the ruler are the demand supply line we are drawing from the yearly, quarterly, monthly, and the ruler can be the trend line, which Ben has said. I personally remember Ben drawing those wonderful trend lines, and he was so good at it. Trend lines. Remember, a kid with a ruler can make millions. Draw your support resistance lines from the yearly, quarterly, monthly, as per our practice does. Do your trend lines analysis. Follow our rule of 4. It is so brilliant the way Ben has done it. I still remember. It is very vivid in my memory. Next, any other question to Ben? Those of you who now ask questions or thinking can take advantage. Otherwise, we'll thank Ben for the wonderful. Any last question? I think they are exhausted. All right, thank you, Ben. Kerry, would you like to say something about Ben's success? Kerry, if you want. Kerry is having mic on.
Yes, she's just coming out.
Hi, Kerry, how are you?
Sorry, for some reason I had to go through a process there. It was actually his dedication is actually was quite evident. He did take his breaks, and he needed to take those breaks when he sort of lost that spark for a little while. But the thing that it really sticks out for me was he was unwell not long ago, and he was sent by ambulance to Mackay from Proserpine as a quite urgent patient. And he realized while he was getting there that he probably wouldn't be able to trade for a while. So he actually, while he was in his ambulance, decided to have a look at his trades and closed them. And
Unbelievable.
it was, and it was quite amusing that the ambos thought he was just talking to me, but he was actually trading at the time. He did really well. I think he did very, very well. There was a lot of times when he started to lose that faith, and he just took that break. And I think that was one of the biggest things for him. Yeah, I think his practice, like he was frustrated quite a while for the amount of practice he did, but I think that's allowed him to trust his gut and trust his intuition as much, because it's wired him differently. It's wired him to be able to look at trends and things without actually needing to look at the actual lines and to look at the actual markets and his charts as much. And practice is a large thing, and I agree completely with that. I think looking at every lesson. So like, you said previously that people ask, when are you going to get your money back from, how much they're paying? And I think that it really comes down to not necessarily a dollar value with what you're getting from your advice, but sometimes it can be invaluable at the same time. Yeah, I think, a spur of the moment, that's pretty much all I really have to say, other than it's nice that, you know, there's that nagging voice in the back of his head that's me. And it's useful, not annoying.
Thank you so very much, Kerry. You are brilliant. Absolutely top class. Right. All right. So with that, I'm sorry, Ben. I said that it will be 30 to 35 minutes. It went up to 75 minutes, and really we enjoyed, all of us. And when this episode goes live, and so many around the world will be actually benefited from your interview and from your question and answer. I really appreciate, Ben. Thank you so very much, and keep on doing well. As we know, after passing the phase two, we don't have to pass any other test. So there is no test. There is no test for Ben now. The only test is upon himself. How much is that is secondary. How much he should not lose, or how less he can lose, and supposing he's trading a $400,000 account and making 5% monthly, so that is 20,000 US. And I don't know, FTMO will give you 80% or 90%, Ben?
They're 80%.
80%. So if you are making 5% of 400,000, so that will be 20,000, and 8%, 80% of 20,000 is 16,000, and 16,000 in US is good money for Australian dollar. So that is good. That is fantastic. So the best thing is there is no other test for Ben, and he has probably completed successfully all his tests. Thank you so very much, Ben. Really appreciate your time and effort to come and answer all those questions. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
All right. So now we'll do our